Pittsburgh, often known as the Steel City, is a place of confluence where the relics of the past and the buzzing vitality of the present can be found side by side. This synchronized dance between past and present events provides an image of a metropolis that is just as appealing as enjoyable. You are taken on a voyage that spans time and period as you witness stories that have sculpted the soul of this great city every time you take a walk through its cobblestone streets and busy avenues. This is a journey that you will never forget. Pittsburgh, located in the middle of Pennsylvania, is a shining example of the resiliency of a community that has weathered the fires of industrialization and come out on the other side, not only unscathed but dazzling. Every brick that was placed, every corner that was turned, and every facade that was created was done with attention to detail that harkens back to bygone eras. The result is a metropolis that exudes an air of nostalgia. Yet, these exact bricks and facades shine with the aspirations and ambitions of today, representing the dynamic essence of a city that is constantly changing, always going ahead, but at the same time, never forgetting where it came from. Despite this, the city never loses sight of where it came from. Many people are mystified as to how this city, which has such a long and illustrious history, can continue to be significant in a world undergoing such a fast transformation. How is it that the old stories of Pittsburgh continue to resonate in the hearts and minds of those who live there and those who visit? The answer may be found in the continuing spirit of the organization, as well as the work of individuals committed to maintaining the organization's rich history. Pittsburgh's stunning architectural designs reflect the city's rich history, encompassing various topics. Each building in the city, from the towering skyscrapers that dominate the skyline to the small dwellings that line its streets, serves as a storehouse for the memories and tales passed down through the years. These buildings have endured the test of time, bearing witness to eras that have come and gone, and yet they have not only persisted but also flourished, giving off air as ageless as the stories kept inside their walls. Enter Fagan Painting LLC, a business that has undertaken the solemn responsibility of connecting you to the architects, designers, and builders responsible for these buildings. Our goal entails much more than only painting exterior walls and facades. We see ourselves as the bridge between the past and the present. We connect you to the visionaries who first dreamed of these magnificent buildings, the artisans who poured their heart and soul into crafting them, and the countless individuals who have since called them home. When we take on a painting project, it becomes more than simply a chore. It becomes a passion and a dedication to preserving the vitality of Pittsburgh's character. We don't approach a project as if it were simply another job because we don't see it that way. Instead, we see the innumerable tales etched into the walls, the multiple feelings that have flowed through its chambers, and the numerous footprints that have decorated its flooring throughout its history. Each structure is a living, breathing organism complete with its unique pulse that is just as genuine as yours and mine. With each stroke of our brush, we want to capture this essence and protect the history engraved into every corner and cranny. Our paints don't just add color, they breathe life into the stories of old, ensuring that they stay as bright and alive now as they were when originally spun. This is because our paints not only bring color but also breathe life into the narratives. By doing so, we not only preserve the aesthetic value of these buildings, but also guarantee that their histories or legacies will continue to stir the emotions of future generations and serve as a source of inspiration for those who follow after them. The revival process is intricate. This is an in-depth exploration into comprehending the fundamental nature of each structure. Is it a Victorian relic that harkens back to the splendor of the period? Or was it a wonder of the early 20th century that reflected the spirit of industrialization that characterized the era? At Fagan Painting LLC, we make it a priority to fully grasp these intricacies to provide authenticity to the work that we do. The staff that we have here at Fagan Painting LLC is rather varied, comprising seasoned painters with decades of experience and young innovators. We have found a unique balance. Traditional methods combine the know-how passed down through the ages with the cutting-edge capabilities of contemporary approaches. This synergy ensures each project we undertake is handled with unparalleled expertise. However, there is a human touch that goes beyond the history and the techniques involved. The relationships we build with property owners are the cornerstone of our operations. These are not only walls and roofs, they are storage facilities for recollections, fantasies, and infinite feelings. We've had several beautiful talks with inhabitants. From them, we've gained a better grasp of not just the material components of the home, but also the intangible recollections it holds. We have heard stories of children taking their first steps in these corridors, of generations of families spending numerous Christmases, proposals, anniversaries, and endless mornings watching the dawn. All of these events have taken place in this building. These stories serve as a compass for us to follow. They point our brushes in the right direction, impact our color palettes, and often leave us with great contentment. What about the outcomes? They are sufficient in and of themselves. Streets are surrounded by rehabilitated residences with a joyful energy about them. Homes that continue to represent the city's enduring character visually. Houses that have been there for decades are still standing strong and ready for whatever the future may bring. The shift in appearance is just part of the process. It affects the gut. You can feel the renewed energy, the pride, and the passion. Residents of Pittsburgh have often shared stories about the newfound appreciation shown for their houses as a direct result of our assistance. The sparkle in their eyes as they talk about the newfound beauty of their residence and the pride in their voice as they narrate tales of compliments showered by neighbors and passersby are the moments we cherish that drive us. But there's a broader picture to consider. It doesn't only include individual houses, a representation of Pittsburgh as a city that shines with pride, a metropolis in which every piece of ancient architecture is maintained and appreciated. This is the vision that guides our efforts every day. Every day, the city of Pittsburgh is reborn when the sun sets over it, spreading a golden color over its ancient skyline and bringing out a new version of the metropolis, a place where history is remembered and relived, where the old and the contemporary may coexist without conflict. Within this vast tapestry, Fagan Painting LLC has a proud place, making it their mission to ensure that, despite time, tales live on forever. Our mission transcends the act of merely applying paint to walls. We see each project as a chance to give buildings new life, to highlight the one-of-a-kind qualities they possess, and to make certain that the stories behind those buildings are communicated in an engaging and genuine manner. When we take on a project, we are not just improving the aesthetic appeal of a building. Rather, we are paying tribute to the building's history, importance, and position in the larger story of Pittsburgh. Therefore, our offer to you is not only a commercial pitch in and of itself. It is an invitation to take part in something that is more significant and expansive. If you feel, just as we do, that the places we call home are not only towers, but also reservoirs of memories, dreams, and legacies, then Fagan Painting LLC is your ideal business partner. We would like to invite you to join hands with us and go on a journey in which each stroke of our brush is an homage to the stories that have molded us and the stories that characterize Pittsburgh. We don't simply make walls seem nice. We also give life to the stories that have been lying dormant behind them. When you work with us to create a partnership, you are not just receiving a service, you are also becoming a part of a movement that seeks to guarantee that the histories of Pittsburgh, both significant and insignificant, are never lost to time. Let us work together to produce works of art that are in tune with the rhythms of this wonderful city and let them reverberate across the world. Let's make it our mission to hear Pittsburgh's anthem resonating from every nook and cranny of the city. Join us, and together we shall maintain the vitality of the city's spirit, one stroke of the brush at a time.